Hey, it's your old pal Slim, and this is 70mm, a podcast for movie lovers just like you. Disclaimer at the top of this show, we are not experts, but we do love watching movies. With me each and every episode is my close friend and artist, Danny Haas.
Hello.
And our close friend and hog insider, Protolexis.
Hey, everybody. Sad to say, but the word yummy is no longer in my vocabulary.
Every movie that we cover is connected to a theme for that month, and this time it's HOGUST, movies that feature the nude male anatomy, and you can use the chapters in your podcast app to skip to our main discussion from 2001 and Alfonso Cuarón, TU MAMA TAMBIEN. Some would say the master. Some would say me. As of episode release on Monday morning, the meetup is this weekend.
Gosh.
August 30th, Saturday night at the Film Society East in Philadelphia. 300 of our closest friends will be watching The Thing. And we're going to be partying afterwards at Glory down the street. Free, limited edition Danny Haas posters.
Yeah.
The collab Instagram post just went out today as of recording.
I saw that.
How about that collab?
A collab.
I don't even know if
That
we've ever
kind
done
of
a
scares
collab
me.
before.
I don't know these Philly
Should
crowds.
we do more collabs on IG?
How do you do that?
I don't even. Who knows? Can we get the interns on
I
this?
don't know. Pardo, how do you feel it's this weekend?
I'm super excited. As we speak, my Ben Franklin costume
Excuse me.
is being delivered. 100% polyester, baby. Ben Franklin, it will be there. Okay.
My
You have
God.
my word.
He is risen.
Oh my God. I cannot wait. I cannot wait, folks. I mean, tickets are going fast. It might be sold out by the time this weekend
You're
rolls
hearing
around.
this.
If you're listening right now and you have not bought a ticket, you need to buy a ticket.
If you're in line, stay in line.
If you're in line for the thing, stay in line and buy the tickets and support the Film Society. I can't wait to maybe just have dinner with Proto before the movie at an undisclosed location and he's just dressed as Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin.
I'll probably get pictures with tourists in Philadelphia.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have a lot of business to get to. Just remember, bottom of the hour, TU MAMA TAMBIEN. Alfonso.
Yeah.
Some
back.
have said the greatest living director. We will get into that discussion and more.
Jesus.
But September is around the corner. We got to talk about next month's theme. And we are going back 3 years ago. We did this theme. So next up, we're finishing out HOGUST. We're closing it up, zipping it up.
Zip it.
And we will be moving into lo-fi sci-tember. Boy, yo, 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 yoing. Oh, look at that poster Danny just dropped. My God. So lo-fi sci-tember. 3 years ago, we did lo-fi sci-fi month. We did Somewhere in Time. Remember that, Proto?
Banger. 5-star banger. Easy. Everyone, I think it was 15 stars.
I think we 15
I don't
started.
know about that. After Yang,
That's
Kogonada,
banger.
The God. And then THX 113.
Oh.
That
What else
feels
do we
like
do? That's only 3 movies.
That feels like a lifetime.
What else do we do that month?
We did True Lies for some reason. I don't even remember why.
Arnold back on the pod.
I don't even really understand
What
the
were we
story behind
doing?
that. Well, I think we called it an event episode.
Yeah. We were on.
Anywho, so kicking off Lo-Fi Sci-Tember will be Altered States. Oh, God.
August rolls on.
Spoilers.
The fun never stops. Directed by Ken Russell. This is, let's pull up the TMDB, or
Okay.
no, the IMDb synop. Where's the link here? Pull it up. Boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. William Hurt A psychophysiologist experiments with drugs and sensory deprivation tank and has visions he believes are genetic memories. Now, this is one for the books, folks. One for the absolute books.
Okay.
Next, Man from Earth. This is one of the earlier people listening right now going, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you dropped this and I was like, huh?
Man from Earth is, in my opinion, like the epitome of lo-fi sci-fi.
Oh.
Lo-fi sci-fi is
Will
like,
you define it for us, Slim?
very low science vibes. Maybe just
Okay.
kind of like weird. Maybe it's like, drifting into the weird science fiction. Maybe there's just like one thread that's science-y. And this one is, and they generally are like 3.5-star movies.
And
you
low
get done the
budge.
movie and you're
low
like,
budget.
yeah, low budge, touch on science, and they're good movies. They're not like blowing your mind, but you get done and you're like, that was really good.
I mean, some may blow your mind.
Some. But anyway, The Man from Earth. Let me pull up the IMDb here. Or Man from Earth, depending on what you're looking at. An impromptu goodbye party for Professor John Oldman becomes a mysterious interrogation after the retiring scholar reveals to his colleagues he has a longer and stranger past than they can imagine. I'm very excited to rewatch that.
Very exciting.
It's on every streaming service on the planet, including your refrigerator, Man from Earth. Have either of you watched it?
No.
No, it's been on my watch list for years.
Oh, okay.
I watched the trailer for it, though, and I was getting DNF vibes from it, so I'm excited to watch this.
Christ. Next up, for everyone who's just taking a hot steamer on a low-budget movie like The Man from Earth, Her.
Yeah.
That's after that week. Who's excited for Her?
I think everybody.
Joaquin Phoenix and Spike Jonze. This is the one where he talks to AI.
Pretty relevant.
Talks to ScarJo.
Some would say. Per, are you excited for Her?
Oh
on the
my
pod?
God, I'm so excited. When I watched this movie, it's a spiritual experience, okay?
Really?
I mean, the color palette have you guys seen this?
No, I haven't.
Pink, right? Is it like pink and red?
Oh my God, I love this movie. I mean, we'll see. I'm a different person now. We'll see when we return. But
True.
I'm bullish on Her.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean, we're 15 years removed from a movie that is very relevant now.
Spike was onto something.
Where's Spike?
Yeah, what is Spike up to?
Where's our Spike Jonze army at? He's the one that was in the Jackass movies, right? Spike Jonze.
You're telling me.
I hope you're wrong about that.
Oh yeah, he's a producer of Jackass Forever.
Thank you.
Oh,
Never doubt my
is he
Jackass.
in it?
You're good.
Spike Jonze is integral into what we now know as Jackass.
Okay.
Integral. After Her, we will be doing Take Shelter from 2011, Jeff Nichols. Far away from the cruel world. Frightening visions convince an Ohio man that disaster looms on the horizon. Jeff Nichols finally on the pod.
Finally.
He's
Been dying to watch it, Jeff Nichols.
One of the
Really?
best to ever do it. Jeff Nichols. IMO.
Oh.
Midnight Special. The Bike Riders more recently. Remember the Bike Riders with Austin Butler?
No, but I did like the trailers for it. I never saw it.
Yeah.
It had a moment for about 48 hours.
Yeah, because like all these, once an actor gets hot, they like do other projects and then they come out and people just start like messing themselves, like Austin Butler's new movie. And then they just like forget.
Has Austin cooled off?
Have you seen the photo spread that he's doing like a Men's Health? He's doing like some exercise routine to get fit for something. I don't know what's happening, but he's got like 1% body fat.
So do I.
That sounds dangerous.
It's not safe. I'm surprised I haven't seen these photos in the Discord. This is like prime snacks channel material.
Interesting.
And then we're going to close out the month. As you know, if there's a fifth week in the month, we have made the decision that any fifth week we will be doing a sexual Michael Douglas movie. Since our supporters blew it when that was going to be a themed month, we decided to take it upon ourselves and just get these recorded and done. We will be covering Fatal Attraction to close out the month.
Big one.
Not really lo-fi sci-fi, but who gives a hoot? It's our show. 1987, Michael Douglas, Glenn Close, Ann Archer, Adrian Lynn, the master of horny cinema. We will be covering this movie, Scandalous. A married man's one-night stand comes back to haunt him when that lover begins to stalk him and his family.
My gosh.
So, there you have it. That's the month. Lo-fi, sci, timber, and Fatal Attraction. Danny, I love the art. So walk us through this art creation for this month, this poster.
No.
Okay. Let's say hello to some new patrons. Esme, John, and Tim all joined our Patreon, got access to our Discord and uncut longer episodes. And they also got access to Total Recall. That went out to patrons this past week. Fantastic recording. Just want to again apologize for Proto's thoughts on that movie.
Yeah, me too. I apologize for
There's only so much we can do.
I loved it.
I loved it. Anything you watched, Proto, this week that you want to discuss?
You know what? This was a how do I say this? I didn't watch anything. It's a light week.
We got a busy week ahead. You're prepping for the meetup.
Yeah, we got the meetup.
You're prepping for the thing.
There's a lot on my mind.
Maybe there's, Shirley Temples that I'll be drinking at the meetup.
Oh.
Surfsides.
Surfsides.
Okay. Yeah.
Dan, did you watch anything?
How do I say this? No, I didn't watch anything.
What about Alien Earth? Did you guys watch episode 3 of that?
I can't find the time.
Why can't you? What's going on?
I have Chief of War to watch.
Did you? Have you caught up?
Have you gone back to watch Chief of War?
No.
We're running out of time anyway. It's almost time to get into TU MAMA TAMBIEN, but I will spotlight 2 movies that I watched.
Yeah,
I did watch some movies.
We usually skip over you, so let's leave the spotlight this week.
I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I don't want to talk about that. You gave it 3.5 stars.
My first movie memory seeing this movie in 1990. I was, I think, 7, 8 years old. And I was like, it's coming back in theaters for the 35th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, maybe I take James to go see this. Relive the magic. I haven't seen it in years. I'll tell you what, I didn't feel the magic anymore for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 1990. I know that's blasphemous for many people listening.
It is.
But I don't know. It just doesn't. I mean, it's fun, but like I said in my review that this is the first time I tried like showing a nostalgic thing to my son from my youth that I felt like this isn't landing. I feel slightly embarrassed right now. But I think you have it at 3 stars also.
Yeah, I do have it at 3 stars.
What?
It's fun, but like once you get to the farmhouse, Ninja Turtles at a farmhouse, you're kind of petering out at that point, right?
Yeah. When was the last time you watched it, Danny?
1990.
Don't rewatch it.
8-year-old boy.
Don't rewatch it. So yeah, that's I the popcorn was good. No trailers. It's a Fathom Events thing. It's the first time I've ever gone to a Fathom Events. I just thought they like live streamed Broadway shows,
Yeah, you were
like
pissed
Russian
about that
ballet
AMC stubs.
And then I found out I got to pay for the tickets.
God forbid.
I was like, "Where's my AMC Stubs ticket?"
Yeah,
I didn't get it. $30 out the door to go see this. And I knew it was going to be in one of the smaller theaters. I was like, $30 for this? I'm not even going to get a reclining chair. And then we bought food. So I mean,
Jesus.
You do the math. I mean, just try to do the math there. Anyway, it was fun.
Okay.
I also watched talk about my youth, also from 1990, Captain America. Albert Pune. This is like one of the earliest Marvel movie memories that I have. Generally, I mean, it's a 1.9 on Letterboxd.
Mm-hmm.
This Captain America from Albert Pune. I remember having the comic book adaptation of this from Marvel Comics when I was a kid.
Oh, really? They did
Yeah,
an adaptation of this?
I had all the adaptations. I had the Ninja Turtles movie adaptations too.
Oh, let's not.
We won't go there.
Yeah.
But this movie, you know, historically not good. However, over the last few years, people have been saying that like Albert Pune had a director's cut that is really weird and better, quote, better than the theatrical version. It has like synth music. It's totally recut to be like a non-linear narrative. And lo and behold, so like someone streamed it on Twitch like 6 months ago and that's it. And then this distributor, Yippee-Ki-Yay Mother Video, is selling discs of that cut. So I guess this like distributor has a connection to Albert Pune's estate and they got the movie.
It's an official release?
It's official.
Wow.
So I don't know if they like cut a deal with Marvel. I think Chuck suggested from Bat and Spider that like maybe they can only print X amount of copies to sell it and that's it. But so I bought the disc and I thought this director's cut was awesome. Like,
what?
I don't know if it was just like the fog of seeing a 90s, I mean, essentially like 80s Captain America with like a 1980s synth score and nothing like low stakes. I thought it was incredible. Like I was blown away. I highly recommend people buy the disc because it's very good. It's also like grainy. It's like a work print version. So it's like full frame. There's grain everywhere. Color correction is not done on certain scenes. So it's really fun to watch. So if that is enticing to anyone and you haven't seen the director's cut of Captain America, do it. Please do it. All right. So from Captain America 1990 to TU MAMA TAMBIEN.
Mm-hmm. There's a through line.
This is episode 278 in a series of episodes from 2001. TU MAMA TAMBIEN. Carter, what's this movie all about?
Tenoch and Julio are two young men living in Mexico City. Their girlfriends are leaving for the summer, and they are restless for adventure. Luisa is a 30-something woman who just left her husband after years of infidelity. She is disillusioned, yet liberated, as she spontaneously accepts an invitation from the two boys to road trip to a hidden beach. Along the way, the three companions will learn much about themselves and each other that will change their lives forever. Mama También.
There it is.
Gosh. I just asked ChatGPT the ages of the characters, and it said this content may violate our terms of use and usage policies.
What?
It refuses to answer.
Well, that's the first thing I looked up after this movie was over. Because
what did you find out?
If you would have told me that Diego Luna was 17 in this movie, I would have totally believed you. But he was 22.
No way, 22?
I know.
I thought he might have been 15 in this movie.
I know, it's crazy.
Wow, that's shocking to me. He was 22. Had you seen this before, Proto? TU MAMA TAMBIEN?
No.
You heard anything about it growing up?
No. I think this was like a Letterboxd movie for me. I didn't even know this existed until I was on Letterboxd.
Oh, really?
Wow. Yeah, I remember seeing the cover art, not the Criterion art. Like I'm holding up the Criterion disc right now. I have it.
Oh, you have the disc.
I do have the disc. And there's a look how thick this booklet is that comes with it.
Oh, hello.
So I can't wait to sit down and read all that good stuff. But the original movie poster is, I feel like, burned into my brain.
Yeah.
And I think I said it last week or maybe at the top of the month, but the main thing I remember hearing about this movie is that it's sexy and there's probably a three-way in it. Like, and that was, I mean, that's like the gist when it's 2001, I'm just about to graduate high school. That's what I heard. You know, it's a hot movie. This is these kids are like us.
Three-way, like no one knows who's seen it.
Well, it's not an English language movie. So I don't know how many people of my friends might have even watched it at that point. That's probably just all the hearsay we knew. What about you, Danny?
I have only, this is the first time watching, and I had known the title of this film for so long. But knowing that it was going to be subtitled, I just kind of avoided it a bit. I didn't know it was Alfonso Cuarón until we watched Roma. So yeah, I figured we eventually would get to this film. And really all I knew about it was it being sexy.
Right.
Which that's up for debate.
And honestly, like I didn't even realize that it was Diego Luna until maybe a couple of months ago, maybe.
15 years past Rogue One.
So yeah, lots to digest. And we've covered Alfonso movies on the pod before. I watched his Apple TV show. I think to this day, I'm still the only person that has watched his Apple TV show with Cate Blanchett. And it's amazing. If folks want to check that out, it's there, folks. I mean, Alfonso is putting out a limited series and directing all the episodes. Where are the Alfonso fans at? But that's besides the point. Pardo, why don't you start us off here for TU MAMA TAMBIEN?
Sure, I would love to. The first thing I loved about this movie was that this is set in 2000. Is it 2000, 2001? I guess it's like present when it came out in 2001. And I was in high school around this time. I'm a little younger than these characters, but 2003, 2004 was my time. And the experience that these teenagers are having, it reminded me like so much of myself as a teenager.
Okay.
Just, I mean, to preface, minus everything that has to do with sex. Like, that was not my wheelhouse. Girls, sexual relationships was not my wheelhouse. But the thing about like having friends who you are, have a special bond with, even the thing like they're, now I'm going to forget the word. What did they call themselves? The Charolastas?
Oh, I couldn't say that.
Yeah, whatever that was, the Astral Cowboys that they named themselves. And they had these rules. In high school, me and my friends, we literally had the same thing. We called ourselves the Brotherhood.
Hello.
And we made up like these arbitrary rules. Like ridiculous rules for like, and we literally wrote them down. We had like 10 rules. Whoa. And if somebody wanted to join the Brotherhood, they had to follow these rules. And the big one that like forced to see people's real commitment is like you couldn't wear jeans. That was like that was like the big rule to see like, all right, if someone's really committed, then they won't wear the jeans. Like that's how we'll filter out who's real and who's not. So like everything about these guys, like it just felt like this was like my life. The scene of them in their car together, they even call it the Batmobile. I feel like when I look back at high school, like those years, me and my friends smoking weed, driving around in the car, looking for adventure, looking for something to do with our lives. Like, what is our purpose? Probably a lot of sexual repression for us, with no outlet. And just like looking for trouble and not knowing how to find it. Like I related so much to these characters and like where they were at their time in the life and like so immature, like the things that they were saying. Oh yeah. Like I'm not going to confirm or deny that there's what I might have said at that time that might be, but it reminded me a lot of my own youth. And for that, like I just kind of loved it. I felt like I was watching like a different version of myself in this movie.
Gosh.
What would have happened to your friend group if this scenario happened?
Oh my God. Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's the question that Cuarón is like, giving to all of us. What, I mean, if you had sex with your best friend, what do you do?
I think that's an alternate tagline. That's a rejected tagline on the DVD. I did not have a brotherhood or a declaration of such that needed to be signed necessarily. But I was also not having as much sex as these two. I mean, these two had more sex in this movie than I did in all of high school and most of college, I feel like. Like, and this is one, I mean, how long is this movie? It's like a weekend. Like they're getting so much action. So that was the complete opposite of what I was doing. I was watching Return of the Jedi on VHS and, DVD. I was watching bootleg Power Ranger episodes from Japan. So not a lot of sex happening in between all of those things. And I don't think even really like my friends and I having girlfriends at the same time, that was like after high school, going, having parties at our friends' houses. That was it. We never really went on road trips that I can remember. We all worked at the same places, but yeah, I don't know what my brain would have comprehended if something like this happened. Like if my best friend and I went on a road trip with a woman that was 10, 15 years older than us, and we did things together, and we got drunk all the time, and we were doing drugs, smoking weed, whatever they were doing.
Just weed.
It sounds worse when you say doing drugs.
Yeah, you made it sound way worse. God.
But like,
it's like your hockey
I
night.
can't imagine what would happen. I mean, I guess I can. Like, it could be that the fallout might happen. Like if we just get so crazy, and it's not even like the getting crazy. It's like the revelations that happen while the trip happens. It's like, I had sex with your girlfriend and it was just one time. And then he's like, well, I actually had sex with your girlfriend too. And then more revelations just come out. Like with that night when they're drinking and they just say even worse things, but they're like, I'm okay with it actually, because they're so drunk. And then they have a three-way. And then it's just like, that's it. It's over. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know if they could have even reconciled. We're already talking about the end of the movie, but I mean, like,
we're already at the end. Let's go.
If they didn't have sex at the end, would their friendship have remained anyway? I don't think so. I think they would have been done with each other no matter what. Maybe the speed at which their friendship would have deteriorated would have been different, but I mean, because they said a lot of terrible things to each other. They revealed a lot of things at that dinner table.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what's great about this is that they find out things about each other, but they also find things out about themselves that they weren't really sure of or they didn't know. And there's like these great little moments. Like I love how it sets it up with the narration early on of like, at one point it describes like how these guys are very close and they share a lot, but then there's parts of their lives that they don't share with each other or they don't share with anyone. And I think that's true of everybody. And in this, it feels like they created something, they had an experience together with each other that they would rather not have. Like they don't want anybody to know of the things that they said or that they did. And now that they've like exposed themselves to each other, they can like no longer have a friendship because it's too personal. It's too private to even share with each other.
I actually, for some reason, I don't know why, but the narrative I felt like I was getting was they actually had feelings for each other as a couple, but they were not so much homophobia, but maybe they were too afraid to be a couple together. And maybe I don't know, there was something about the ending conversation when Gael brought up the fact that one of their friends came out and their dad kicked him out because he was gay, but he's happy now because he's with his partner.
Right.
And the way they split up in that last shot of him in tears, I don't know, it felt like maybe they experienced something that they were, keeping inside and didn't want to admit and didn't want to live out in a world that wasn't as accepting of them as a couple, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe having the experience in a different scenario could have been a better outcome for them. I don't know. It was just, I really love that ending.
Casey in chat says, I think the class difference is a definite factor too. I mean, you could say
for sure.
How many things working against them in that moment. Like there's no way for them to be like, so about last night, what did you think about that? There's no like discussion for them. Or, I mean, at their age, probably they don't have the capability to even like discuss it.
Yeah.
In any way.
For sure.
Yeah.
Most adults might not even be able to be honest.
Or even the way they like show it in the morning that they wake up, like immediately Diego Luna's character throws up afterwards, whereas Julio is completely fine. And I think that's like also, that's interesting to think about of like, well, maybe Julio had feelings for him and Diego was just like so drunk that he didn't, know what was really happening.
I mean, that lingering shot on Julio at the very end is brutal. God. And then the narration saying they never see each other again after that coffee. Yeah. Christ alive.
I kept like all the reviews from the watch party in our Discord kept calling out like the bad ending or the ending's so tough. What an ending. Sad ending. And I was like, that was even before I watched it. I was like, oh, I guess something's going to happen here. Buckle
you spoiled
up,
it for yourself.
But even during the long one take of them drinking and eating, I just was like, God, when is the other shoe going to drop here? Like, I just felt like dread because, I mean, that's all one take. And then she goes to play the music. I didn't know what to expect. I was just expecting something terrible. But also, like, how about that shot of her looking directly at the camera as she comes back from the jukebox?
Gosh. Alfonso cooking.
What?
I mean, I wasn't expecting a fourth wall kind of break with that moment, but it felt like just into your soul.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, like I kept wondering, like, what's the fallout going to be? And then by that point, I honestly like had forgotten about like the three-way topic. So I was just like, and when they got back to the room, I was like, oh, that's right. And then, yeah, she's, I mean, just incredible wrap up to the movie. Yeah, his like teary eyes at the coffee diner at the end and says, check, please. Yeah, just wild stuff. Wild. Danny, top of your list.
I'd like to talk about Alfonso for a second. I think one of his greatest strengths, and you see it in Roma and you see it in Children of Men, and definitely in this, is his ability to be telling a story on like in the foreground and in the background at the same time. Their whole road trip through Mexico, with so much happening in the background, that's also telling another story of Mexico at the time. I thought that I just can't get over how brilliant that is, because I don't know what it does, because so much of it is, I mean, there's so many funny parts. They're really hilarious together in the beginning and on the road trip. But then there's like so much heaviness happening all around them. There's so many moments about like a lot of like tombstones and death along the road that I guess knowing now of her outcome with the cancer, kind of is the foreshadowing. Man, I would love to rewatch this knowing how it ends to pick up along the way of the storytelling. But I think the Alfonso is his ability to tell stories like this feels unmatched in my opinion, especially when you think of Roma and especially when you think of Children of Men. He's brilliant at it. The background work, I just was blowing my mind looking out the car windows as they pass through different cities and different villages, or even people walking on the road. One's having the funeral, one's having, I guess, like a quinceañera or whatever, where she's holding her up on the chair. They're donating money for the queen or the princess or something. It's just the ability to tell multiple stories at one time is something that it feels unique to him.
Mm-hmm. That's why, I mean, some people are saying greatest living director.
I wouldn't argue.
I personally agree with that statement because I made it initially. Mm-hmm. Pardo, do you agree with that statement?
I mean, I could agree. And yeah, I was thinking about Aroma a lot while watching this. Mm-hmm. It just feels very similar. And I'm thinking, like, is this like a trilogy? Like, is like, where's part 3? I think it's time. We need part 3. Alfonso, if you can hear me.
That's the Apple TV show.
Because like those, Danny, you're so right. Like there's parts of this that are just magical, the way that like it weaves in things of the past, and like even like the storytelling. There's so much like great storytelling in the narration I know like the narration was a topic of like conversation a lot too. Some people didn't like it. I usually don't like narration, but I love the narration in this. I loved how like impactful and kind of aggressive it was, where the audio cuts out and then like, you know, the voiceover starts, and some of the stories that it just weaves into this, giving you, you know, some back matter about the characters, especially like the scene where Louisa is telling the story of her boyfriend in high school and the motorcycle and the way he died in the accident. And then the voiceover kicks in and it tells a story of an accident on this road 5 years ago. And then like, as it's telling the story, it like announces that like, that they died on the road here. And at that moment, they're passing like the gravesite of all these characters, or like where they left the memorial for it. And it's just so beautiful the way it like weaves her story in with this other story. And that's just like consistent through the whole movie, that I just loved it. Like it felt so rewarding just as like a viewer to watch it.
I mean, the visuals too, the cinematographer, Emmanuel Lubezki, how about them just like in the car and the camera is on like the driver's side as they're going around the mountain? Like just that visually was stunning. Just like following them around. Oh my God, it's so good.
There was a shot in the car where it felt very Children of Men, where the camera rotated like almost in the middle of all the people again. And I was like, Leo pointing at the screen, like that's it. He perfects this in Children of Men. Just wait a few more years.
Yeah, the shots of them sitting on the beach were amazing. I mean, the beach looks incredible.
Oh my God, take me to that beach ASAP.
That beach is insane.
Can you imagine being on a beach and someone boating up to you to serve you fresh fish that they just caught?
Let it out, bro.
As I was watching, I was like, I have to take more risks in life. You know, like I have to go try to find a beach that I don't know if exists or not. Because when you take these kind of risks and go on these kind of adventures, these are the things that happen.
Yeah.
Like if you're making an itinerary for your day and you've got Google mapped it out, you're not going to have these experiences. And these kind of experiences, and I've had some, but I feel like I could count probably on one hand when I've had like a moment in my life like this. But these things can happen when you look back, you're like, wow, that was crazy. I can't believe this happened. But they're out there and like you can experience stuff like this. In this movie, like when they get to the beach, I'm like, oh my God, like I need to get back to this feeling, this experience.
Is the next meetup in Mexico?
Oh my God.
Please.
Maybe the next lake house trip, we should have no itinerary. If we have another lake house trip, no itinerary,
who knows
no
if it
plans.
again.
If it happens again.
Yeah.
We'll see. Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, that fisherman, and then they had like just hang out for a few days with the family. And they also tell the story of him, you know, the like hotel that was coming in and how he tried to start his own business and and then eventually he ended up becoming a janitor at the hotel and he never fished again. That stuff, like the narration of the like, I mean, essentially talking about those fleeting moments. Like, and I know like the theme of the movie is like the end of innocence essentially, but like these moments don't last forever. You know, like it could be totally different a year from now, 5 years from now. It could be all over for you. It's just, just crazy stuff. I know we talked about Alfonso, but like I think he co-wrote this with his brother. He'd already done 2 movies. One was like, I think Great Expectations.
Yeah.
Which always is like weirds me out when I look at
Great Expectations
filmography. But he said he like specifically wanted to get back to like a film school vibe. I want to make a movie that like I would have made in film school. And it was like all handy cam type deal. So yeah, just bonkers stuff.
He went from TU Mama to Prisoner of Azkaban.
Wow. I will say, A Little Princess is a banger. I grew up watching. I grew up watching that movie. It's really good for a kid movie.
I'm listening.
Worth checking out.
What about Great Expectations? Is that also a banger?
I haven't gotten to that yet, but I see Ethan Hawke on the cover.
The poster for Great Expectations is burned in my brain. From the video stores.
Pardo, next on your list?
Oh, back to me. I mean, we got to talk about the sex in this movie.
Yeah, let's talk about
Please.
it.
Gosh, I mean, these guys, it's painful to watch.
Yeah, it really is. And it opens with it.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, they think they are such hot stuff. My God, brothers.
Yeah.
If they
Hermanos. Hermanos.
if they ever needed an older woman to give them some pointers, gosh, these guys are it. I mean, but they're also hilarious. I mean, all the commentary in this, like Diego Luna and Gail Garcia together, they're just like dynamite. I almost forget like they're acting while watching this.
Yeah.
Like they are so believable, I think, as two best friends.
Yeah.
Going
definitely.
on this journey together. And it's so raw and like in your face. And I mean, the things they say is like, gosh, I mean, it's like off the wall, but I thought it was hilarious. So much of it. I mean, it's so crass what they're saying, but sometimes there's truth there, you know? But yeah, I love the relationship. And then like, you know, Louisa, like, trying to teach, like the scene where she gets it on with Diego for the first time, just the look on her face, like, okay, all right, I this all makes sense. Like I didn't realize what I was getting into, but I understand now. Yes, yes, okay. Like that, like you can read so much in her face in that scene. It's amazing.
She actually covers her mouth to stop herself from laughing. I think when he finishes, it says Mamacita.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing with Diego Luna's ass cheeks in that first scene. It defied gravity. I don't know what was going on there. I mean, there needs to be studies on what loaves of bread were hanging back there on his ass. Oh, my God. Yeah, they looked like, I actually was kind of stunned by how young Diego looks. Like the whole movie, I was like, how old is this kid?
I know.
Is this legal? Am I going to prison for watching this movie?
Alfonso,
He looks
please.
so young. Yeah, but I mean, also like the sex stuff. But their friend, is it Sabas? Their other friend that was hanging out with them earlier. I wrote this quote down. I can't remember who said it. Your intense love has clouded your auras. I don't even remember who said that. That might have been a Sabas line. But like, I think the narration or something talked about Sabas's first experience with group sex. Like they went to that party where they were all drunk and doing drugs, and Sabas was having a delightful time on that chair. My God.
Yeah, he was.
Good for you.
You got to roll.
We all have a role to play. Yeah, the sex scenes were bonkers. Let me see if I wrote down some other ones. I mean, I think I wrote like that they both, I'm not going to say the word that I wrote, but they both finished almost instantly. Started with an N.
I mean, the diving board pool scene is...
The diving board, they should be in jail for what they put into that pool.
It's a public space.
It is a public space. I mean, where even were they? They were outside in broad daylight.
That was a club he has access to like once a week.
It's broad daylight. Their swim trunks are completely off. I think one of them even had the swim trunk still on one leg only, like out, but up their thigh. It's like, why even keep it on? I don't understand what's going on there.
The technique was
on the diving board. What if someone walks out? I couldn't believe it. Yeah, that I wasn't like that shower that they saw. I'm so used to like hockey rink showers, but that shower that they had was nice. That looked expensive. That club must have been pretty expensive monthly fees.
With the brick dividers?
Yeah, the brick dividers. Mm-hmm. I mean, lucky you get working water in a hockey shower.
Yeah.
I mean, that pool was beautiful.
Yeah.
I could spend days in that pool.
Oh, that pool was nuts.
Yeah. Let's read a letter.
Okay.
What we got here? Let me pull up our letter machine. Oh, we got a voicemail in here too.
Okay.
I got a 9:44 p.m. Andy sent in a VM.
Whew.
Think I'm a miracle worker here?
Gosh, he's lucky you checked.
Ron, E2 podcast También. Danny, Proto, and Slim, Kate Tal. I'm excited that you're covering E2 Mama También, my favorite film by a director who is on my personal Mount Goatmore. Speaking of, The cinematographer is Emmanuel Lubezki, whose nickname is El Chivo. That's Spanish for the goat.
Is it?
I need to work that into my vernacular.
That's true.
El Chivo. Doesn't sound the same as good. Y Mama También came out when I was 17 and I was blown away by it. It was a coming-of-age story about changing friendships that I really felt at the time. I recommended it to everyone while considering Cuarón one of my favorite filmmakers and seeing and loving everything else he worked on. But it took me 20 years before I watched it again. When I finally did, on the verge of turning 40, I viewed it as a completely different film. I still appreciated everything from my first watch, even though I now find Julio and Tenoch, it's Tenoch, right?
Yep.
Julio and Tenoch way more obnoxious, but I also saw a lot more. The class struggles that defined Mexico at the turn of the century and still persist today, the complexities of national identity and reconciliation with colonialist roots, and the anchoring performance from Maribel Verdú, both for the personal journey that Luisa goes on and the longing for generational reform that her character represents. This movie takes my breath away every time I watch it, but for different reasons each time. With that in mind, I had a question for the three of you. Has there been a piece of art, movie, TV show, book, music, whatever, that you viewed and responded to in your youth that you revisited and responded to just as strongly, but for different reasons later? Lastly, I want to thank you for choosing this film in particular to cover on the podcast. To be frank, this has been something of a tough year to be Mexican-American. I can't remember the last time I had such anxiety trying to go about my day-to-day life, and I'm constantly concerned for my family and friends. It frequently seems like those outside my community either aren't aware or simply don't care about the things that we've been facing recently. It truly means a lot to me that my favorite podcast would choose to dedicate an episode to a Mexican movie by a Mexican filmmaker about Mexico and its people. Thank you, 70mm. My heart is full. Your pal, Ron. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Ron.
Ron, we're here for you.
Mm-hmm.
Has there been a piece of art, movie, TV show, book, music, whatever, that you revisited and responded to just as strongly, but for different reasons later?
Goodness. We got a heads up this question was coming before we started recording? I mean, nothing's jumping out at me.
We can circle back to this. This is a lofty question.
Yeah.
Firefly is probably Danny's, right? Firefly.
I mean, I think the Joss Whedon of it all has me thinking different about it these days.
I'm trying to think if there's any specific comic books. I've been going back recently, keeping it very quiet, but I've been going back recently reading some of my favorite comics from 20 years ago to see if any of them hold up. In my opinion, barely any of them hold up.
Oh, really?
Like I actually reread the Joss Whedon New X-Men stuff. Not New X-Men, Astonishing.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gone back to reread Swamp Thing.
Uh-oh.
I mean, Fear Agent is my favorite comic book of all time. I haven't reread that in a few years, but I'm sure it would respond. I'd respond a lot differently now, and still love it.
I think the things that I know, I can't think of something specifically, but the things that have happened with movies the most is when I watch a movie where when I was a kid, I connected to the protagonist or like the child character. And now I see myself as like the father figure because I like having kids. So there's especially I think like animated movies, or I can't think of good examples, but there's been some movies that like really hit me like a truck when I'm like, oh my gosh, like just that juxtaposition of like seeing yourself now in this other character who you didn't see before and knowing how you felt as this other person when you saw the movie the first time. And now you're like, oh, but now I'm like this other role, this other season of life. And it really changing me. I think the other thing that probably is easy is maybe music, just because it's so easy to consume music, like so quickly. And like growing up, like the Strokes were like a huge influence on me as a teenager. So like that music kind of like defined a period of my life. And like when I return to it now, it's just interesting how what songs meant to you as a kid, like how you can feel about them now. And I think that probably goes for everybody. but it's a lot when I listen to them.
It's funny you say that because I went back. I don't know what made me listen to this, but I think one of my first CDs that I ever bought was "The Fat of the Land" by Prodigy.
What?
That had Firestarter on it.
Oh my God.
I just Googled it. It was 1997 that had come out. And I was driving to hockey and I played through like the whole album just to see like, what is this like? What is this? Does this like move anything inside of my brain listening back to this album? So that was fun to go back. Danny, next on your list. It was like,
what is
counting machine?
Sorry, I'm taking the notes so I don't forget.
I think one of the things I loved about this film is it subverted my expectations of what it was going to be. And for the storyline of Louisa, I think I expected maybe her to be like some sort of seducing these boys or something on the trip, but the story of her husband cheating on her and that moment she gets the phone call in the bed and she is either sitting with a bunch of papers and just bawling and trying to keep together with him and her saying she knew. Just having that being like the anchor point before she even goes on the road trip with these kids kind of changed like the trajectory, or at least how I was feeling before watching this. I kind of felt for her right away, which made me more like, I don't know, I guess understanding or emotionally connected to like her storyline. And then getting to the point where we find out of her death because of cancer and her knowing for so long, it made me think back to that scene where she's getting the phone call and it looked like she probably had like definitive doctor's papers on the bed and like strewn about her. And then she gets the phone call and everything's hitting her at once. I think her performance in this is brilliant. When she blows up on the boys in the car and she storms off, I don't ever want to get yelled at by a woman like she yells at them. That was terrifying. And I don't know. Her performance in this is brilliant. Dancing towards the screen when she hits the jukebox at the end. I really loved her. I think she's incredible.
Yeah, there's so many interesting scenes to start when she's doing the quiz like at the doctor's office, and the narration is just kind of going over her
Cosmo quiz or whatever
results.
Yeah.
Are you a fully realized woman? I think she like scored a woman afraid to claim her freedom. And it's like, you know, reframes kind of like her decision to involve herself with the boys later on. I love when she was talking to them in the car about the sexual positions that they've done. I mean, I think they said like, you know, missionary behind all of them.
She's like laughing at them.
And she's like, ever wiggle your finger in her ass? And the car like stalls immediately. That was an amazing like record stop. They've never been so stunned in their entire life. They probably messed their shorts just with her saying that in that moment. Yeah, it like, so she has a month to live, and you know, I think it's interesting that we probably maybe all wondered if she's like a seductress in this movie, but you can kind of just like frame it as like she's trying to like help these boys along a little bit faster, where like she can see the kind of damage in their relationship that let's, you know, I need to educate you a little bit and maybe force you to think about certain things that you're not thinking about. And then she's just like gone, you know, like I'm staying here for a few days. You guys go on. Like there's almost like no goodbye really with those characters. Like she looks at them from afar and then goes into the water. Yeah, it's bonkers how that all plays out over time.
I loved how it was like she has this revelation about her life of, you know, pretty much the last straw, because she reveals that she knew about her husband for a long time, but it's like this is the last straw. and then she has the cancer diagnosis. And like, those are two things that kind of really rock the foundation of someone's life. And in my experience, when I've had friends who've had these moments in their lives, there can be like this, when there's like a shift in your foundation, it's like people can break out or like turn a new leaf and do something they've never done before, try something different. And, you know, it's manifested because it's like they have either a new lease on life, or they're just, you know, they're searching for like new meaning or like some kind of definition, something to grab onto to like figure out where they go next. And it's like she has it at that moment, but I feel like these boys have it too, but it's like at the end of the road trip, right? It's like they have this experience with each other where they're like, they're realizing these things, and it's like shakes them to their core, and it dissolves their friendship in a way. And that's just fascinating that it like happens to these two people, or these two groups of people in vastly different points in their life with different ramifications. But it's happening because they've all come together in this moment. So it's just like, I don't know, it's just like, in the same way that like I think like when I think of Roma, there's just like something so real and human about these stories and about the experience of being alive and like trying to make sense of your own life that's so well communicated. And so there's just like so much, like you said, Slim, there's just like so much to consume and like chew on in this movie that I love.
Mm-hmm. Life is like the foam, so give yourself away like the sea. I think that was like one of the last quotes in the movie. Boy, oh boy. We have a VM.
Okay.
Queued up.
Fired
Our
up.
dear friend Orlandi.
What up, 70 millimeter? It is Andy calling from Joplin, Missouri. I just wanted to call this week to talk about the film Y Tu Mamá También. Man, what a film. I saw this when I was way too young. Shout out to my sister for introducing me to movies that I shouldn't have watched at such a young age, but here we are. I watched it in between my 8th and 9th grade year in high school. And so I only remembered the obvious scenes in the movie for obvious reasons. But man, now watching it for the first time since then, what a beautiful film. The story, the characters, the details. And I just felt like I was present in just so many scenes, just by the way it was shot. I felt like I was in the car with them. I felt like I was in the restaurant with them. I felt like I was cheering with them at the end, toasting with them at the end there. Like, I just felt present in a lot of the scenes. And so, it was just a beautiful movie. And the ending, I completely forgot about the ending. That hit me. I don't know why I was just so sad by the end of it, but yeah, just a beautiful film. Thank you for picking it. And can't wait to see Danny's art. All right. Love you guys. Have a good one.
Two great VMs and letters from Ron and Andy tonight. Orlandi. Remember when we were playing Xbox the other night and Andy accidentally joined our voice chat?
Just jump in the trap.
I was cracking up. Also, we were playing Xbox the other night and one of Danny's son's friends joined the party looking for his son.
Another 8-year-old.
He didn't understand what was going on.
He was so confused. 8-year-old at 10:30 at night trying to find a Call of Duty party.
I booted that kid out of the party so fast. Remove from party. Get out of here. I called him that after I booted him, trainer, okay?
We're in the top 5.
Is nothing safe? Is nothing safe around my friends? I can't just call kids names privately. It has to be doxed. I gotta reevaluate what I'm saying offline around certain people. Really questioning things.
Oh God.
I think I have my honorable mentions left.
All right, go for it.
I did start the Criterion disc and I just can't with the Xbox controller. I need to buy a remote. It's just
Jesus.
I eventually just turned on the Netflix stream.
Oh.
I just can't do it. He's got no ass. Everyone porking. Nude towel fight. just swinging around.
That's when you start questioning things.
Yeah. You need life experience to be a writer, that guy. Oh my God. And they were not having any of his BS.
Oh,
They were
practically
plotting the
pantsed
instant he started gabbing.
Mm-hmm.
Jaying off the diving boards.
Yep.
How about that supermarket they were in? That thing looked huge.
Yeah, that was massive.
It's one of the biggest supermarkets I've ever seen.
Him told him to find the condoms in the sausage aisle.
Amazing. They pork as he looks for shampoo. I mean, really, with the kind of like closeted feelings. I mean, Julio's reaction to just seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's in and of itself, evidence. Like he was crushed.
Yeah.
And he just like walked down to the pool.
I really want to rewatch this now, knowing the ending.
God, it's so depressing just thinking about it now. Just staring there. And also explains like, why he immediately told him that he had sex with his girlfriend as like revenge.
That dirty ass.
Not condoning it, folks, just pointing it out. That fisherman celebrating that soccer save.
Oh my gosh.
That guy's living the life. Yeah. I mean, he was.
He was.
She looks at the camera and dances. Holy shit. That's what I wrote down. She goes down on them and gives them a handy and they start kissing. Christ, what a summer. Doesn't get any better than that. Insane movie. I mean, it's like Alfonso, he has perfected like the slow build, where it kind of just like goes up, climbs the mountain, and that's when you like see this like big moment or big emotional, I think all that like a denouement.
Oh my God.
In French.
Oh.
Spanish.
I have no idea. But he just has mastered it. There's always that like scene that just builds to and just makes you realize like, damn, what a friggin' ride. And makes you like reevaluate the whole work in different ways. He's the master. He's the greatest living director in my opinion. 5 stars.
Okay.
Okay.
Whew. Goodness.
Danny?
I don't really have any more notes. There's no credited composer. Am I not remembering any score in this?
Prodigy. Smack my bishop.
God. Yeah, I liked the idea of this movie being this coming of age story with these boys just kind of expressing their sexuality, and then it turns into this loss of innocence for them. And the way this ended kind of rocked my world watching it. So, I mean, it's an easy 5 stars for me. I love this film.
There were so many great, like, little touching moments that were like secrets. When they're in the road trip and the narrator is talking about Tenoch and they're driving past the town that his nanny was from, and like just like the narrator saying that he called her mama for the first 5 years of his life, and just something else I was thinking about while watching this is just that, like, just thinking that, they're teenagers, and like 5 years before that, they're maybe, like 12. And I have a 12-year-old. And the other day we were watching videos from like 4 years ago, and I could not believe how much my 9-year-old has changed in just 4 years. It's like they're a completely different person. And as an adult, like 5 years is nothing. It's like so quick. And to think that like my daughter, she's going to be, in 5 years, she'll be 17. And just like, that is such a short amount of time to go from where she is to where she will be in that like amount of time. Like, these kids are operating as adults. but they're still children,
Mm.
you know? And like, I feel like this movie can like makes that like real in my mind so much more. And maybe that's because I have kids and I'm like experiencing this now, but it's just, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Being a parent is crazy. The scene where she says, I forget what she's asking them, but when they're looking through the window at her and she's crying, and then like the next day she says, "You want to see me naked so you can go whack off." And one of them, and Diego's like, "How could you say that?" When they literally jerked off to her on a diving board.
Absolutely clocked.
Amazing. Who cares when you come in 10 seconds? It's a great point. Them like driving out to the beach, having no idea where they are, and it being dark, and then waking up to find out that they were on the beach. Like, just like, that's a lifetime memory. I mean, oh man, like I want to have that experience. Like I want to camp out on a beach. I was like, can you do this? Can you camp on a beach like this? Is this possible? I need to do this. I need to camp on a beach.
Okay.
When we were at New Zealand, there was so many like mini camping vans parked near the beach. Like it was just part of life. People just live in the van and just go to the beach like right when they wake up.
We camped on the beach a lot growing up here in Orlando,
Really?
Florida. Yeah. Waking up to those waves, cool morning.
Golly.
I'd love to do that. Yeah, this is an easy 5 stars. This movie is amazing. Cuarón, he did it again in 2001.
He did it again for the first time.
He did it.
We were talking about your kids getting older and how they look older. I'll share this anecdote that you two already know, but it was James will be asleep by the time this part of the episode comes in. James was texting me. He's 14. He's going to be 15. He was texting me about installing the school app. And I have to approve app installations. So I got 2 texts rapid fire in a row right after. He says, "Shitty ass app, can't fucking sign in." And he never texted to me like that. I was howling downstairs. And he must have heard me because he sent like the monkey speak no evil emoji like right after it. And he must have heard me laughing. Oh, boy. Alfonso.
I mean, when
What?
did we cover Gravity?
When?
What
When?
picture?
Emergency gravity episode.
You said it.
I mean, we got to get it in soon because we're recording Altered State
I know.
Sunday night.
I know.
FYI,
That's true.
everyone listening. Oh, boy. Next week, we are kicking off Lo-Fi September. First of all, just a reminder, the meetup is this weekend. It's upcoming. Be there and be square. Hang out. Our 300 of our closest friends seeing The Thing, John Carpenter, and then we'll go eat some snackies afterward at Glory. Buy tickets now. They might be sold out. Buy tickets. But next week is Altered States. Ken Russell. Let me pull up the letterbox. 1980. A dream is the key that unlocks the mysteries of the waking world. We will get into psychedelics next
Really?
week. We will get into deprivation tanks.
Really?
We will discuss it all next week.
Okay.
No other podcast will go into psychedelics next week that like we will.
Oh,
Okay?
will we be on some?
Pardo, any closing thoughts this week?
Yeah, closing thoughts. This episode we're talking about life experiences. You know, those big ones, those good ones, the juicy ones that you remember and you take with you. And you got to take risks to get there. You know, you got to put yourself out there. And I did that. I did that this week. I gotta say, there was a movie I watched the other week. I didn't mention this last week on the show, but I watched a movie called True Stories from 1986, directed by David Byrne. It was, a really interesting movie about this little town in Texas, featured a lot of music, really interesting. But then I discovered that this director, David Byrne, he was actually also a musician.
What?
He had a band in the 80s.
Did he?
It was like, I think 70s and 80s called the Talking Heads. You guys ever heard of them?
No.
Yeah, so they were
the poster from Reanimator?
The Talking, yeah, I guess.
Oh,
that band,
them.
Oh.
Yeah, the Talking Heads. So I guess other than being a director, he was also a musician. He had this band. So I started listening to this band, the Talking Heads, who
Okay.
I'd never listened to before.
Yeah.
And I got to say, I think normally I wouldn't have taken a risk like this, but taking this risk, it's paid off. I'm enjoying it. I've been listening to them while I run.
Really?
Listen while I run.
Got a good beats per minute?
No more Raw Dog.
No more Raw Dog. Raw Dog's thing of the past. I'm listening to the David Byrne and the Talking Heads while running. And it was a risk I took, but it's paid off. So I just want to, it's worth it sometimes. You got to let the pain in to get the opportunity for pain to get the payoff. Or something.
That's what Mirabelle said.
Wise words as ever from Proto. See everybody next week for Altered States. $70mm is a tape deck production featuring original artwork provided by Danny Haas. Spiritual guidance and V'ger, the robot who loves movies, provided by Pertalexis. Producer at large Dale_A. And music composed by Cinematric. Prints and other merch are available on 70mmpod.com. This episode was mixed, edited, and produced by me, Slim. Support our Patreon for access to our VHS Village Discord to talk movies with new friends, access to our exclusive episodes in the 70mm vault, discounts on merch, uncut episodes, and a physical membership card mailed to you. To check out other Tape Deck podcasts, find the link in the episode notes. And if you'd like to support our friends at Letterboxd and upgrade to Pro or Patron status, you can do so with a 20% off discount using the links on 70mmpod.com. Goodbye.
This is a Tape Deck podcast.